Hello and welcome to the Homeless Consultants channel. My name is Paul B. I am the Homeless Consultant. Today we had the first exceedingly large snowstorm of the year. There's at least probably 8 inches out there already and still many hours to go. Everyone else left early. I'm the only one who stayed at the office until close. A few of the other people were able to kind of work from home. Most of them just took off. I worked for 8 hours. At the end of it, I made my usual soup, which I make at night for dinner. I was feeling really dizzy because I haven't really eaten. Because of the snow, I wasn't able to, get some food before work. So I made my usual soup, but I had an ace up my sleeve. I had some, and this soup is just basically ramen noodle soup. I had Vienna sausages, I had a can of tuna fish, and a can opener that I eventually got to work. And I had one piece of chicken left from that wonderful, fantastic chicken at that gas station. Best chicken in the world. Now, I usually put Vienna sausages in the soup to give it some flavor because I can't stand this soup. I've been eating this stuff for years now, and I'm sick of it. Putting all 3 of those in there was something brand new. This was going to be very exciting for me. So I put the noodles on after work. I was there all alone. I get them to heat up. I go out to the car. I don't know if you can see, but I mean, you can't see through any of this. The front windshield is just sheer ice. The outside of the car is just devastating. When I went outside there, I had to put plastic bags over my feet just to try to walk to the car, which was way at the end of the lot. This is what I saw. So I brushed off the car, I started it, and I drove it around in front of the building. Then I went inside, and I got all my stuff, and I finished the soup. The soup had heated up, so I heated up the ramen noodles. All of this in the microwave, nothing but the best after a hard day's work. I heated up the tuna fish, and I heated up the chicken, cut it all up, and mixed it in with the soup. Filled the thing to the brim. Best smelling, probably best tasting soup I've ever had. So I take all my stuff, my bags, I've got 2 bags wrapped around me, my backpack, I'm carrying 2 bags, a coffee bottle, and that thing. And I walk out of the building, but I left the soup inside the building because I had too much stuff. I could barely get in the car. So I walk out, and I have to walk through that deep snow, but I was parked in front of the building. So I walk in my footsteps, and it's pretty easy. I come over here, I put the bags in the car and all that. I walk back to the door. I go inside. I go to the restroom one last time. I grab the soup. I step outside with nothing but the soup in my hand, and I get about 8 feet away, right in front of my car, away from the door here, and I fall down and do the splits and lose the whole soup all over the road, all over myself, all over everything. After all that, 8.5 hours I was there at work, and in fact, I got here 2 hours early today because of the snow and just sat in the parking lot before work because I wouldn't have been able to drive in here otherwise with this suspension and these tires. So I've been here for 10.5 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, it was almost another hour for all that. So brushing off the car, getting the soup heated, all that. I come outside and I get that close, the very front of my car, which is parked right in front of the building by that time, after everything I did. I'm dizzy. I feel like I'm going to pass out from hunger. And I lose my meal. I lose my night's meal. So all I have after all that is a sugary drink and a Twix bar. And I can't get out of here. And even if I could, nothing's open anyway. And apparently I just noticed here, when I fell down, I bit my lip really bad because it's huge swollen right now. My big toe, the toenail, basically came off. It's still on. I more or less pressed it on with a bandage. But at that ridiculous cheap hotel that I pay so much money for, they never shovel snow, they never salt ice, they never do anything. I have to take out my own shovel and shovel their snow in their parking lot just so I can get to my car. Same thing happened there when I left on, Thursday morning. When I brought everything down. It was about 5 trips, either 4 or 5 trips to get everything into the car. I come down for the last one. I take one step down to the parking lot, and I immediately slip, and my foot just goes and jams right into that concrete block they put there to stop your car, and rip my toenail off. Blood gushing out all over, dirty, filthy snow. You know, like tetanus or something like that. And then I have to get in my car, wait for the car to be drivable, which takes forever, and then drive it to storage. And when I get to storage, I'm finally able to get out my first aid kit and try to do something about this, about a half hour later. And then apparently the guy who runs the storage, he saw me down there like doing something looking suspicious, so he kind of wanders in, ah-dee-da-dee-da, how's it going? From his perspective, it probably looked like I'm getting down there with a needle, putting heroin in my ankle or something like that. And these are the first 2 days of snow out of this entire season. We got 6 months to go. You can't see anything, can you? There's nothing here. And you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen, folks. I've been the only one here for hours. There's not even tire tracks in the lot. You never see that. Even the stalkers aren't coming out. It's so bad. Even the stalkers. But those plows are going to be out. And if you watched my other videos, you've seen how they treat me. Because I'm the guy sitting in their parking lot. Snowplows hate homeless people who are sitting in their parking lot. Because they just want to go vroom and drive through in their big, big truck. And if there's a car sitting there, they might hit the car, so they have to be careful. And they can't drive through vroom in their big, big truck. So what they usually do is they bury us. So we have to get out our shovel and unbury ourselves to punish us for being there, as if we have somewhere else to go. Well, this time I thwarted them. I went down this big hill and came into this parking garage where it's dry. The problem is, I can't get out of here again, can I? Because I can't get up that hill. It's sheer ice. So these trucks are going to come in probably any minute. All those little bobcats, and they're going to start doing their little dance. They're going to come in here, even though I'm in a parking garage, there's no snow. And they drive around and they harass me and they look at me and stare at me. And that little salt truck's going to come in here and drop all that salt in here, which does nothing but degrade the concrete in this otherwise, at this time of year, dry parking garage that no one parks in. And the salt that I have to wash off every week that ruins my car. That's what I'm going to get, is those guys, and I can't get away from them. And I have no food, and I got no meal for working and being the only one who actually stayed at the office the whole time. And by the way, my stereo's not plugged in. I have no idea why my speakers are doing this. It's called a faulty electrical system. Listen to these speakers. In fact, I'll tell you what it is. It's because of the holes in the car. I bet you these speakers got wet. And that's a fire hazard. That's just great. That's just great. So now I can't run the car to try to stay warm, even though I have no heater. The Minnesotans have just sat by and watched this happen for years. They let it happen in the first place. They never showed the slightest interest in stopping it. In preventing it and stopping it, nothing whatsoever. People, you don't comprehend the kind of evil I'm talking about with these Minnesotans. You don't get it. You don't get it until you live like this. This is the reward I got for just working. And by the way, they changed our hours for Christmas Eve, for New Year's Eve, just like they did for Thanksgiving. Did you watch my other video, my Thanksgiving video, to see what that means? That's going to cost me $100 every time, because I have to go get a hotel and pay $100 for that free day off. It's not a paid day, it's just a day off without penalty. So I have to lose money. And because they shifted our hours again, I'm going to be stuck in this car for up to 48 hours both of those times. Because I don't have enough money to stay in the hotel that much. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have it. So my Thanksgiving is ruined. My Christmas is going to be ruined. My New Year's is going to be ruined. And through it all, I don't even get a vacation. And not one person cares in this beautiful state that presents itself as being better than you are. I'm going to eat my Twix bar because I'm dizzy. And I feel like I'm going to pass out. Thank you for watching.